Mrs. Kozman and my son Caden today, and we are going, yes, hello. We are going to be drawing some architecture, some buildings in the style of Friedensreich Hundertwasser that we talked about in our introduction video. So what you want to do for this drawing, which we're going to paint together, if you want to join me on Zoom on Wednesday to paint with me, then you can. That's in the entree section of your menu this week. So you need your paper and your pencil and an eraser if you've got one. The first thing we're going to do is take our paper and our pencil, and we're going to draw the skyline or the facade of our buildings, which we talked about in the video with our architect Freddie. And so I'm just going to go here, and you can just go up and down, and you can go diagonal. You can make it more triangular. I'm just going to go across the page in different types of basic shapes here. Maybe you want to include a half circle or some step-like
pentagon
lines. Ooh, a pentagon. Ooh, that would be very complicated to draw. But if you're up for the challenge, go right ahead. Ooh, very fancy. Oh my goodness, Caden's making layers in his building already, so that's great.
Layers?
Yeah, you've got layers.
No, this is just the bottom of it. This is just the ground.
That's fine, that's fine. I'm
Although
gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. We're gonna get to the ground part here in just a minute. Draw your layers first, okay? All right. The next part, oh goodness, it's even fancier. Okay, the next part we need to add is, of course, if you're going to make a building, you've got to be able to get into the building. So we need some doors here. Now, when I do my doors, I'm going to do a little baby door, and I'm going to do on this side, here's the mommy size door.
A castle gate.
Oh, it came as a gate. And on this side, of the big fat daddy door on this side right there.
I'm gonna add a moat.
Oh, I like your details. Good. He's already adding details to his drawings, so we will get to that now. Add some details.
I'm adding a slight incline to the ground.
Wow, you have already fancy ideas. That's really great. All right.
Windows.
Windows are next. Good. I'm glad you mentioned windows. For my windows, I'm going to do just some basic shape windows, some triangle shape windows.
Wait, look where the door is to this building.
A door in on the top part. Oh, be careful on getting in that door or exiting that door.
I'm going to do a ladder.
Now be careful when you go really small like that. We're going to try and paint this thing. Keep things nice and big so that we can do that.
More windows.
All right, so some windows.
Might need to add a balcony somewhere.
Maybe you might need a balcony. That would be interesting.
Adding a balcony.
Put some windows in here.
The balcony has a floating couch on it.
Now, when I was doing my paintings inspired by our architect Freddie, I was also making them a little bit funny by adding maybe details you might think of as eyes and noses.
Maybe we can make some building shaped like cakes like he did. It
made me giggle, and you definitely could add some cake layers if you want to. So maybe you put some wavy lines. Our architect Freddie loved those wavy lines, those unexpected details. That's a great idea.
This one's gonna look
for our drawing.
Like Darth Vader. Star Wars.
There we go. Now, what I want you also to think about is where are you going to put your nature in your building, because that was also part of Freddie's architecture, was incorporating nature on top of the buildings or around the buildings or even kind of coming out of the building. So think about where you might want to include that. I'm going to put some trees on the top.
We could make a tree house.
Oh, you could make a tree house right around your building.
Oh.
Now, it's a
Connecting
windy day today,
Oh,
so
connecting to you.
my tree is going to be moving in the breeze because, like, the windy day outside, my picture also
Adding tree
is windy.
I do a lot of drawings. I have tree houses in them.
That's true. You do lots of drawings with tree houses.
There's going to be a crooked tree coming out of the out of the facade of my building.
I'm going to keep going with some windows here, and I'm going to add some nice details in my windows.
I'm shading a bit.
Okay, do a little shading if you need to.
I'm doing a big pine, a big floating pine.
Ooh, very interesting. I'm going to put a tree in the front here.
Floating island?
If you need to do a floating island, do a floating island.
You guys can also do this. Doing a big Christmas-sized pine.
You can share his ideas. That's just fine. Oh, that's pretty remarkable. Nature floating upside down in.
What's that upside down?
Well, it looks like that kind of looked upside down to me. Not upside down.
No, that's
oh,
like
there
the
we go. Now there's the top of the pine tree. Now I see it. Okay, got it. And let's see. I think I might put a tree up here.
Since it's a pine, I got it shaded in
as well. And I'll go right there. There we go. This tree is behind the building.
I just had a very weird thought.
All right. What's your thought?
I'm wondering if a crazy person never thinks they're crazy.
Okay, well, that's really not relevant to what we're doing right now. So
yes, it has really nothing to do with this.
We won't really think about that right now. All right. So add some patterns if you want to add into your drawing for painting. Now remember, the more details you add, the more you're going to have to paint. So keep it as interesting as you want it to be, but also give yourself just enough that you're going to be able to finish it in one setting and that you won't be painting for the rest of your life. All right, so my drawing's pretty well done. I'm pretty happy with the way it is. Now, if you're like Caden and you've left a big open area down here, don't forget to think about that. Did you say something about adding basement details now too?
Yes.
Okay, so Caden's going to add some basement details to his drawing. I'm going to see what that ends up looking like. And while he does that, I'm going to think more of those. Caden just reminded me of all those cake layers. From, again, making us hungry. Love those cake layers, just like our architect Freddie added in to his drawings, to his architectural buildings.
I don't want to make this a cake factory.
And this window is going to be very funny shape window. This window is going to be like that. There we go.
A cake factory.
Oh, that's nice.
There's going to be cake done.
And this kind of looks like it's missing something right here. So I'm going to put...
I should make another one for an oil factory since he had one of them in his drawings too.
A couple of trees here. That gets smaller as it goes around.
So much cake.
Oh, so much cake.
I am purposely trying to make you hungry.
Yeah, it's working. So there you go. All right. All right. Well, Caden keeps working on his drawing. Like I said earlier, if you want to join us on Wednesday, we're going to paint this one, so don't lose it. Grab your paint supplies, get all ready to join us on Zoom. You're just going to click on the link on our entree menu.
Wavy cake.
And come join me for painting our Friedensreich Hunterwasser architecture-inspired drawing. Thanks, guys.
How to make the oil factory.